Joanne Hewins, and I am at lovetocreate.typepad.com, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about making these treat holders. I had a blog post where I did this card in the different greens, and I stamped this on watercolor paper and then stamped the stamps from the Rooted in Nature stamp set. And then I just took the aqua painter and painted on the inside of the leaf to spread the colors. And then later I made this same card in crushed curry, Cajun craze, and early espresso. And I needed to make a 3D item to go along with this card, and that's when I made these little treat holders. And today I want to show you how to make them. I made these from the 6x6. This is the neutrals. These two came from the Regals pack. And so to go with the other leaves, I'm going to do the one in early espresso. And we're going to be scoring this at 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 4 1/8, and 5 1/2. So let me do that. So it's 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 4 1/8, and 5 1/2. And then we're going to make one turn of the paper and do it at 1 3/8 again. So that's our scoring. Now, I don't think you're really going to be able to see that so much on this paper, but we'll work with it the best that we can. We're going to need to use a bone folder to make those creases a little bit better, and then we're going to use our snips to do a little bit of trimming. So I think I'll go ahead and do the pieces with the bone folder. It might help us see things a little bit better. And then we'll do this one. Okay. Now you may not be able to see that there is one small little strip here on the short side, and we're going to cut that completely away. And then for these others, we're going to cut on the score lines up to this line that goes across. And you see me kind of feeling to make sure that I know where they are. I know that you won't be able to see them. And then what I'm going to do is just miter that a little bit by cutting these corners off. That's going to make it a little bit easier to fold at the bottom. I love these Stampin' Up snips. They are really good. If you don't have a pair, you should try getting one. They're so sharp. Okay, so that's all that we have to do to get the paper ready for the box. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fold over this short side, and I'm going to get some of this multi-purpose glue and just put it down this side. Now you could probably use the tear and tape if you wanted to. I'm just going to use the glue, and I'm going to take this and fold it right over on top of that to get my side. So there you've got the outline or the outside part of your box, and then we're going to do the bottom. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on one of these flaps, and then I'll push the others in and glue that down. Now to help me get that good, I'm going to turn my box over, stick in my bone folder, and just push down on that to get that glue to stick a little bit better. And now is when I'm going to fill it with my candy. I've got some Werther's Original caramels to put in there. Oops, just dropped one. So we'll just put in 4. Now, to secure the top of this, I'm going to take it and push it in with my fingers like that, and just, it's going to end up with a little fold there on each side. And I'll just leave that for a moment. And I'm going to pull in these stitched label framelets. And I used this framelit to cut out in Whisper White the topper for our box. I'm going to bend this over and use my bone folder to get a good fold there, and then I'm going to put this on the candy, and I'm going to bring in a stapler. This is one of the old Stampin' Up staplers, but they don't sell that anymore, and I'm just going to staple that shut. Okay, now for the next part, I'm going to put some of the linen thread around there. Now it comes like this. I went ahead and rolled it on an old spool to get those kinks out of the corners. And I'm going to get a glue dot and my piercing tool. And I'm just going to add a glue dot kind of over that staple. And put this down and go around a couple of times. And then stick it back down. And I'll cut that off. Now is the time that I'm going to add the burlap ribbon to this, and I'm going to again get my glue dots and just stick it down on those, and I'll put this one here, and then I'll get the other one and do the same. So that's going to go under here. All right, and in the interest of time, these are stamped on the watercolor paper, and I've already stamped them, used the aqua painter to pull that color in and cut it out with the framelets that go with the Rooted in Nature set. And I've already put some glued dimensionals on the back. So I think I'll start with a larger one. And it really doesn't matter what order you put these in. I'm just going to stick down that one. And then we'll do that. And then I think I'm going to stick this other one back behind there. Kind of like that. And now the only thing we have left to do is the bow. And I'm going to attempt to show you how I made this bow that's a little bit fuller. Not sure how I'll do on camera, but we'll try it. So I'm going to use the twine, and I'm going to put my fingers together and just run it around a couple of times. And then I'm also going to cut a piece to tie this with. So I'm going to just push that to the middle. And then I'm going to take this string and I'm just going to wrap it around several times. And then I'm going to kind of hold it with my finger. And tie that shut. So there, that one doesn't really look that great, but it will be fine. And I'm going to add it with a glue dot. So I'm just going to press it down onto the glue dot, and then I'm going to bend the glue dot around so that it's not going to show from the front, and then add that to my treat holder. So there it is. Here are the 3 that I have now, and one in each color of the leaves. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I'd love for you to shop at my online store. You can find it through my lovetocreate.typepad.com and also on my YouTube channel. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to share it with someone who you think might enjoy seeing it also. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.